I'm sure you noticed it too. Ricardo Martinez has a dark side to him that is more than just being mysterious. But what is the reason for his dark side? Ricardo's dark side. To find this out, we have to go back to the Billy McCallum fight. In this fight, Ricardo wanted to keep the flames of the Sando vs Gonzalez fight going. He even went in first to provoke an entertaining fight. Since Billy was the WBC champion, expectations were high. But to Ricardo's disappointment, Billy wasn't even ready to challenge him beyond the basics. Ricardo was greeted with a barrage of flicker jabs. He saw every single flicker coming and blocked them accordingly. After baiting Billy's right hand, Ricardo got ready for a big counter. McCallum realized this and took a big step back. Ricardo asked him, almost with disgust, "What are you doing?" While throwing surgical jabs, he demanded Billy to give him more. He even said please. He wanted him to answer all of his expectations. At this point, Ricardo had pushed Billy against the ropes, not only with his fists, but also with his verbal demands. Ricardo knew that Billy could be dangerous in this position. It could have been a trap, but he went in anyway because he doesn't have the luxury of playing the safe game. Ricardo rains jabs on Billy at this point. Billy starts to get a read on Ricardo while defending the jabs. He noticed that Ricardo pauses for a beat after throwing 3 quick lefts. And when he finally goes in within that pause, Ricardo gets his right ready for the counter. This startles Billy so much that he flinks back like a rubber band. He seems to break down mentally at the lack of gaps in Ricardo's game. And now Ricardo just straight up spams the left on Billy's guard while demanding once more to fight more and more and more. He states the expectations he has for Billy. He wants to be hit with all of his strength. In his possessed state, Ricardo managed to destroy Billy's elbow. As many of you know, it continues to go like this until Billy gets obliterated and KO'd within the first round. And Ippo states exactly what is going on within Ricardo's head and even heart. He has no one he can measure himself against. He's gone his whole life without ever showing his true strength. He's lonely. Then Ricardo says the words, "Mala suerte." Once again, I cannot be tested. Ricardo's goal is to have an opponent hard enough that he won't break no matter what he throws at him. It doesn't matter anymore if he wins. It's redundant. If a giant stomps humans every day, is he strong in giant terms? No. He's strong against the weak humans. He doesn't know how his strength would hold up in the world of giants. He has no valid feedback. This causes the loneliness in Ricardo's heart. He has no equal that would dance the dance with him. Boxing is his profession, and his peers are so far below him that he can't even communicate with them. Imagine going to work and you can't talk to anyone about anything. You're in the darkness, hearing and seeing nothing. This darkness plagues Ricardo to such an extent that he goes out of his way to put himself into dangerous positions to speed up the process of the fight. He wants to skip the small talk and get right to business. His loneliness puts him in a hypnotized state where he asks his opponent to punch him more. If we had no context to that monologue, you might think he was a kinky freak. Now that we established that Ricardo is down bad, we can fast forward to a scenario where he seemed to be not as lonely and maybe even happy. The Wally fight. I won't go into every round of this fight because the most important aspect of it happens at the end. When Wally seems to have figured out a way to land a good hit on Ricardo, he throws a big smash towards his head. The commentator mentions that there is no room for a dual exchange because it's so powerful. This puts more emphasis on the danger Ricardo is in. What? Ricardo in danger? How's that possible? And then it happens. Right after Ricardo dodges the smash, he can be seen smiling. You might even go as far as saying he's ecstatic. He throws a big counter with the right, and he does this with a mustache smile. He wobbles Wally with that disgusting right hand, but Wally throws another smash with willpower. And of course, Ricardo counters him again, this time getting it down. He watches Wally fall down to his loss from above. The referee steps between them as Wally's lifeless head hits the canvas like a durian. After his corner rushes to him and tries to wake Wally up, Ricardo joins them and tells him that they both stood on the same peak. It was the first time Ricardo ever experienced such a thing. This explains the smile before he knocked Wally out. For the first time, he had a like-minded and maybe evenly skilled peer. Someone who wanted to have a fun match at the top. There was a brief moment of sunshine in the darkness that surrounds Ricardo. At the core of this, Ricardo wants to know what it means to be strong. Ippo is the same in another sense. He's arriving at his answer from the other direction. He was weak before, but steadily grew stronger. He wants to know true strength as well. Ricardo is just straight up too strong to know if his strength is even real. I think the smash can be used on the world level, as was seen on Ricardo's face. This means that Sendo, the best user of the smash, is more than capable to give Ricardo the fight he wants. I don't know yet if he can beat Ricardo, but you can't dismiss it just because that fight belongs to Ippo from a plot perspective. Sendo might as well beat Ricardo and be the champ. So what? Ricardo would still be there as a new challenger to greet Ippo on his way to the top, just like Gonzalez was. Was the fight any less hype because Gonzalez didn't hold the belt? No, it was beautiful and exciting. So don't write Sendo off too early. I'm sure it will be a tornado of a fight that will push both fighters to their limits. I'll be making videos about it, that's for sure. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one.